Hey guys, this is Tom Box, and first things first, today I'm going to show you guys my undefeated Kashtira profile of the weekend. It is the new format, so this is the Kashtira profile I rolled in with, and went undefeated, so that was pretty solid. And if you guys want to know, the matchup was branded, mirror match Kashtira. There was one trap trick, which was round 1, and then there was another matchup, which was pretty important. Vanquish Souls, that's the one. But anyways, 4-0, clean sweep. But also, over the next week or so, I'm going to be showcasing to you guys some other decks that I've been working on that I do think have high potential to take the W's at the highest level. So I'm going to show you guys, once I take those to locals, I am going to be playing them myself because I need like as much knowledge as possible for this coming format. And not only that, we have meta trends coming up for the stuff that's happening already right now, but also because we just released a video on Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge, which is probably gonna push some decks like right over the top. So I want to talk about that, probably like over 2 episodes of meta trends. So make sure you guys hit like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, and without further ado, let's go into the Kashtira profile for post-June ban list. Before I get even started, I just want to crack some of these packs because I went to the dentist right away, so they just like left my pricing there, so they just labeled it for me. So let's hope that we pull something good since these are my pricing. Ooh, burger, let's go. Quickest pack opening in the West. Ooh, Transcendosaurus. Ground Xeno, nope. Even though I won, I did not win. Vanquish will continue, cool. Here we go, give us the CR. No, it's Nouvelle. So no, I didn't get anything from my packs, but let's go into the deck. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys my deck list, but I'm also going to talk about the scenarios that I have encountered myself, and I want to share some of my experience with how I kind of played out of certain things. Anyway, starting off with 3 Fenrirs, and we're going to do some comboing in this video just so that I can show you like what I did. One's a basic combo, one's like the follow-up after I got hit by certain things, like Lava Golem. One I ate, and then I died. The other I ate, and then I got out of it, so I want to talk about that as well. So 3 Fenrir, I wish I got another one of these Fenrir, these little shifted name ones, but yeah, I finally upgraded my set. I mean, I do play a lot of Kashtira. Double unicorn, I wish I could play triple. There's also like 1 Kashtira ogre. We do play the other trap now because we can revive Ariseheart. Then we play 2 copies of regular Ariseheart, still the same. I don't want to have a handful of these monsters. And I don't play Pot of Desires anymore, so that's fine. Here's one change here. I played 2 copies of Kashtira or Scareclaw Kashtira. I like having this in hand. I like being able to summon one onto the field by my own means, and I like kind of theosising the other out onto the board. It helps me crack stuff like Dragoon, and it's only gonna get worse because of duality being revealed, so people are gonna be spamming Dragoon left and right, which is something that we're gonna expect. And yes, I am playing the Raidraptor package. It is so good when you can just attach a Raider's Wing onto you, a Ariseheart, plus the Infinitrack Goliath. That is literally just a Dragoon that just banishes cards once per turn, cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed by card effects. They need a Kaiju, they need a tribute-based removal to clear that monster. And don't forget, they can't droplet it because you can't send cards away while it's on the field. So it's really just very limiting. Of course, they can't out it with 1 copy of Triple Tack. That still sucks, but like, hey, this is still really solid. It won a lot of games because they just can't change a heart, can't econ, can't book it. It's just there on the field, can't even negate it. It gets really annoying, especially if they're playing Runics. Anyways, really enjoyed the cards. Even to the degree where if I do D-Shifter my opponent, I still choose to summon out Tribute Lanius to just banish this so that I can just reattach it later. It's not even that bad, like as long as you have the proper setup. Anyways, let's move on to the next few cards. And for monster-based hand trap, triple D-Shifter, I mean, why wouldn't you play the best hand trap available in the format? I mean, literally shuts down a lot of decks. People have to play around it. It gets really annoying. They don't get to do their best setup. You kind of win games with it. That's how I kind of took out the matchup with Trap Trick. Like, I didn't realize how Trap Trick does rely on their graveyard from time to time. But anyways, and then triple Ash, because Ash is really good against branded, and in the new format it's always really good to be able to hit certain cards, and I think it's just a really well-rounded card anyway, regardless. And you know what, let's go into spell cards. Triple Prosperity. I'm not playing Desires because I don't want to lose some of my cards along the way. I could shove it back in if I deem like those cards unnecessary, but Triple Prosperity for now. Of course, Prosperity is one of the most broken cards in Kashtira. 1 Terraforming, that's kind of the same. Of course, following Terraforming, let's just put up the Wraithoths. Okay, Wraithoth, whatever it is. Triple Theosis. I mean, I'm contemplating cutting one down, but I've been ditching it a lot with regular Ariseheart to the point that I think maybe I should just keep it. And the most broken card in the entire deck, we have Triple Birth. I mean, if you have this, you kind of win. You end the turn with this card on the field or in your hand, you just win the game. Double triple attack. I want to fit in a thrust in here. I just haven't found the space to, because I actually won a lot of games because of Book of Moon. Surprisingly, Book of Moon has been winning me a lot of games, just turning off a certain card. And because I know the timing of how to beat Vanquish Souls, Book of Moons were completely useless. Standby phase, book down their monster, and try to get a negate as soon as you can off of the rank of the Rock of the Vanquisher, and it should become a lot easier. But you just need to know the timing of your cards to actually really benefit off of such basic cards like Book of Moon. And onto the trap cards to round out my hand traps. Of course, you need Imperm. It's really kind of iffy choice here, because let me just talk about the Vanquish Soul matchup a little bit. So when you have Book of Moon, you can turn off the monsters that's already on the field, but you cannot turn off the Vanquisher. So it gets really weird when in that sense, where you need the Imperm to turn off the rock, but you need Book of Moon to take away the names. So that's why cards like Dark Hole and like Raigeki are so good, because you can get rid of everything, and even if they chain, they don't have proper timing. That's why I do think that like Raigeki and Dark Hole, they're gonna be probably a bit more popular. And as for the trap cards, Big Bang and Preparation. I did play Preparation. Preparation came in handy, especially when I got Lava Golem, and I'll show you guys how that's done. The extra deck, starting off with the mandatory stuff, we have 1 Ariseheart, 2 Shangri-Ira. I don't think I need to explain these. These are like the mandatory play. It's not even a Kashtira deck without them. Mandatory utility, 1 Big Eye, 1 Dark Arm, and 2 copies of Zeus. You know, play 2 copies. You need something to double up on. I can choose not to double up on. It's not like people are always looking into extra deck. They can make the choice if they want to. But that's that part. As for the remaining Xyz monster, the Utopic Future, the Utopic Draco Future, alright, and we have 1 Arsenal Falcon, and we have 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare. Do I miss having another 4 that could just automatically detach? A little bit, but it hasn't come up where it mattered just yet. The Evil Swarm Nightmare usually puts in a lot of work, considering this is a double Book of Moon, so yeah, it definitely just killed my opponent there. As for like the remaining 4, these are the 4, alright? We have Donner, Infinitrack Goliath, Skullwagon, Garura. At times, I kind of wish Garura was just like Skull Knight. Like, why am I not choosing Entis? Because Entis, I don't get to choose the timing, and if I just choose to blow up my board, Entis doesn't give me the value that I want. But the other 2 will give me the value that I want, and it will simplify the game state enough so that I can actually kill my opponent. And that's kind of the rundown of it. So I might switch this out, or I can just put in something else. But there is one funky tech here. I am playing another extra deck card in my side deck. Yes, I am playing Ibli. So whenever my opponent does get a chance to actually look at my extra deck, they'll see that, hey, you know what? They didn't see Almirage or anything like that. So they don't think I'm playing it. And when I side into it and I give it to them, they'll be like, what the hell? You didn't have it. Well, guess what? I sided out the Garura so that I could put in the package so you wouldn't see it coming, so you wouldn't side for it. You know, a little bit of mind game against my opponent. So that's kind of the fun part of this. That's the extra deck. And do I want to give you guys a quick glimpse of the side? The side is kind of a work in progress. But anyways, this is the sleeve which the Almirage is supposed to be in. So the Almirage, the triple Ibli, triple Dark Ruler. I'm still playing evenly because my locals has Labyrinth players and there's Trap Trick players. It just makes sense to play these cards because I tuned it for my own place. 2 D barriers, 2 econ just for more of the cash matchup, and 1 Feather Duster, and that's all I'm really playing. Okay, let's start with the 1 card combo. Yes, this deck does have a 1 card combo, and if you're stuck with it, it's still not that bad. You still end on a Ariseheart, but there's like different ways you can end the board. You can end on the standard board, or you can end on something that has a bit more, you know, a bit more ump. And I'm gonna go for the all-out one, which does include a Pot of Prosperity. So you pot for 6, you get rid of everything here. Yes, you're getting rid of the Evil Swarm Nightmare this time because you don't actually need it. It's actually pretty solid here. And then you get yourself a Raidraptors. Okay, that's the card that we're gonna go with for our ad here. We're gonna activate it. Okay, we're going to grab our Unicorn. Special summon out Unicorn, pretty standard. Activate the Unicorn, get Theosis, activate Theosis, target Unicorn, special summon out our Fenrir. Fenrir effect, we're gonna get the Ariseheart, activate Ariseheart, special summon. Okay, all this stuff, still the basics from before. And we're gonna overlay the 2. And that's going to summon our Shangri-Ira because we still want access to Ariseheart. Activate the regular Ariseheart, banishing the Big Bang. Wow, all this stuff still pretty standard. And that's going to cause a 3-card banish, triggering the Shangri-Ira. If you have follow-up, of course, you do all the follow-up shenanigan. But this is 1-card combo, okay? We're top decking into this one. I don't know, our hand got ripped apart by some shenanigan play. And we're going to detach for the Big Bang and add to your hand, and we're going to special summon this onto the field. Okay, next we're going to overlay the two. All right, and then we're going to summon into our Arsenal Falcon. This part's still pretty normal. I'd probably put an attack position. And immediately before you do anything with that Arsenal Falcon, just summon out into Ariseheart, okay? Summon out into Ariseheart. That's pretty solid. Activate the Arsenal Falcon. Detach is going to get banished, okay? And that's going to summon out our Tribute Lanius. That's going to activate the effect of Ariseheart rather. And we're going to attach the Goliath. So now we can't be targeted, okay? Sorry, we can't be destroyed. And then we're going to activate the effect of Tribute Lanius. We're going to send to the graveyard, which is going to get banished, our Raider's Wing. Okay, with Raider's Wing banished, that's going to trigger the Ariseheart again, and we're going to attach that all the same. So this is the Indestructible Goliath 1-carder, which is, I think, pretty stupid, because a lot of people do struggle breaking something like this, and you have enough power to detach and keep the pieces that you want. And that's why it's pretty nutty. But on the other hand, what if you don't start with the Ariseheart? But let's go back to this state for a second. Say we did not play Pot of Extravagance. We don't have everything that we want to attach. Then you can still get a double Book of Moon play here by activating the Arsenal Falcon and summoning out the Tribute Lanius. Using Tribute Lanius, we're going to send the Raider's Wing. Activate the Raider's Wing. You have to target a Dark Xyz monster, which will be the Arsenal Falcon. Detach, and it will summon itself out of the graveyard. And then you can overlay these two and make a fun play here with Evil Swarm Nightmare. And you can still slap on top now the Ariseheart. So it gives you a ton of options to play here. Still ending with this. This is technically a 1 unicorn play. Like, this is just 1 unicorn. So it's still really good. Okay, next I'm going to show you guys the 2-carder. I kind of want to talk about like a scenario that happened with me where I did have Preparation and Scareclaw and I ate the Lava Golem. So with the 2-carder, we're going to activate Raid South here. We're going to add the monster we don't have, which is going to be Fenrir, because I want to go with the Birth line now. Special summon out Unicorn, activate the effect, get the Birth into our hand. These are just extra cards in our hand. And then we're going to activate Birth, normal summon out the Fenrir, activate Fenrir's effect, get Ariseheart, activate Ariseheart, special summon. Then we go into Shangri-Era with our 2, because we still need to get the zone locking effect just to go into Ariseheart. Activate regular Ariseheart. And depending on what you have, if you already have like additional ways to summon out monsters, then I would go for Ogre to get the Preparation, just for a little bit of a safety line. But if not, of course, just go for the Big Bang. And from the Big Bang, we're going to activate Shangri-Era and Big Bang. Big Bang, add the Fenrir, special summon back the Fenrir. I mean, worst case scenario here, you just slap on a Ariseheart and pass turn. Like, that's worst case scenario. But in this case, we're going to summon out the Fenrir. They got their zone lock. If you want to pop a card so that you can summon another card with Birth, that's also fine. But you're going to be able to do it anyway. But, you know, say that we did it because we just popped this card. We will protect it. We're going to activate Birth, slap this on top. And then we're going to overlay these two. Okay. We're going to overlay and go into our Arsenal Falcon again. Activate Arsenal Falcon, detach, and let's drop the Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius effect, drop Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing effect, detach this. And we get some of the Raider's Wing, overlay these two, Evil Swarm Nightmare. All this stuff more or less still the same, but of course you can threaten them a little bit by using the Arsenal Falcon in here. And this is the part where you make Draco Future, and then you slap on the Utopic Draco Future. And now you can make the Ariseheart. Things get pretty annoying with this board. This is the board where I did get hit by a Lava Golem. They took away these 2 monsters. In the more successful attempt, this is what happened. So I had a Preparation set on that one because I actually had an Ogre extension. They attributed these 2 away, which really sucked. All right, there's still an Evil Swarm Nightmare, but what ended up happening is this. I had a Scareclaw in my hand. So my follow-up was that immediately I just activated the Scareclaw Cache. I activated Summon it. I banished my Ariseheart. And when they started to go into plays with the graveyard, where they activated like a random fusion, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I'm going to prep this, put this back onto the field, and things got really dicey for them again. Things are getting booked left and right. I'm getting attachments. It's so good. Yeah, so that's kind of how I played through some of like the Lava Golem shenanigans. That's it for the Kashtira deck for now. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit the subscribe button, ding that notification bell. We got meta trends coming up, especially with new cards coming out. Let's bring that into discussion. And there's also going to be one of my personal decks I've been working on. I want to showcase it to you guys, but it just needs a little bit more work. Online practice, doing super good, but you know, it's really iffy. I don't know how good my opponents actually are, so I really want to put it to the test in an actual tournament setting. So we'll see how that goes. If you guys want to see that, make sure you hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, check out MSTmerch.com, and I will see you all in the next one.